Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. So, well, today we're gonna keep it mobile because what's happening right here in Singapore, it's monumental. It's phenomenal because we are going to find out whether who do people vote for, in this general election itself. Well, to give you a little bit of a background, let me see. This is our how many general elections. Uh, so Singapore, in case you didn't know, uh, we got our independence in 1965, right? And this year, this is the 18th general election in Singapore and the 13th since independence, right? And this year itself, we have seen quite a lot of, you know, um, what do you call that? Quite a number of senior politicians who have actually retired, and as a result of that, there is quite a number of new people coming in, and with new people coming in, of course, one thing is how do you determine if these people are worthy to be voted into office, right? And I think you could leverage a particular brand and be elected by the people because people are familiar with that brand, and so that brand equals to having a competent government, having people with integrity, and so you kind of ride on that brand itself to get elected. But then of course there are people who you have never seen before, never heard before, and suddenly they come up and they want to be considered to be voted into parliament. So you know that's how it is. In case you're wondering, um, Singapore it's a democracy. We are based, the government is based on the parliamentary system, and so as a result of that, you have an election, and today is the day, right, that we all went to the polls. Now, of course, this is not about the election, but I just want to give you a little bit of a background and to also, kind of document this and to say that, I'm doing this on July 10th, which is the day of the polling day. Now, back to our series itself about, how do you know if people are searching for your solution? And that is so critical because, one of the clients that I had last year, they wanted to find out if people are searching for that product. Now, there is a problem with with that thinking itself, and the reason is because what they sell is a very very expensive chairs, right? So it's like collectible items, and it's so expensive that only the at the highest end, only the people who are extremely wealthy, they will be able to afford that piece of furniture. And then, of course, there is a second category, which it's like, people in the middle class, they would be able to afford it. But then, you really need to be a chair enthusiast in order to want to get a piece of furniture. And so initially when they hired another agency, what the other agency was getting them to do was basically to search for a broad keyword, and the broad keyword was basically chair. Now, herein lies the problem because when people are searching for the word chair, there are many, things that they are actually looking at. They could be looking at, um, the chair that they are looking at. They could be looking at, at a very simple chair. They could be looking at collector's item chair. They could be looking at, chairs that are for kids. What kind of chairs are they looking for? So, as a result of that, it's really it it's really crucial that they know that people are searching for the right thing itself, and not just anything, right? And so when the agency was helping them out, one of the key things that they um, was getting the client to do was just to embark on that. And, and when I took over the account, I was appalled because what happened is the client ended up spending a lot of money on a particular keyword. However, that keyword has no commercial value at all. I mean, if you were selling chairs, you know, by going after the keyword chairs, I mean, if you were selling, you know, one of a kind chairs, right? Designer chairs, for example, chairs that it's unique, chairs that are, you know, diamond studded. If you were selling something like that, you wouldn't be going after the keyword chair. The reason is because it is just not possible for you to distinguish between, is that something that people are looking at or not. So as an example, if you were selling, um, Lenovo laptop, right? Would you go after the keyword for laptop? Now, the reason you would not is because someone who is searching for a laptop may not know what kind of laptop they're looking for. Or the people who are searching for the word laptop may be doing research about that particular product with no intent whatsoever of buying that product. You know what I'm saying? And so just by going after that keyword itself, it's not only not helpful, it is also not going to give you any kind of return whatsoever. So my mentor used to tell me that if you were to use that keyword and you just ask yourself, right, if you were to walk into a shop and the shop, if you walk into a shop and the salesperson walks up to you and asks you, "Sir, can I help you?" And then your reply is, "I'm here to buy a laptop." And the salesperson is going to ask, "Okay, do you have a particular brand in mind?" And if your answer is, "I do not know, my mom asked me to come here to buy a laptop," and the salesperson would go like, "Okay, you know, do you have certain specs in mind? What are you going to use it for?" And you're like, "I don't know. My mom asked me to come here to buy a laptop." If 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 that is the kind of conversation that you're going to have, then obviously that keyword itself is going to be too broad. Instead, if let's say what you have in mind is that you want to search for, you walk into the store and they say that, and the person walks up to you and asks you, can I help you? And they said, yeah, I want to look for the latest and the lightest Lenovo laptop. And the salesperson said, sure, come along with me, let me show you a few options, right? And if you are able to proceed to that level, then that itself is a good keyword. Now, so when I took over the account, I was asking the client, you know, what do your customers look out for when they buy your furniture? Do they just come here to buy any piece of furniture? You know, or do they come here to buy specifically, um, do they have specific features in mind? And so the client would tell me that, yeah, they actually have specific features in mind. They wanted it to be one of a kind. They wanted it to be, limited edition. Um, and sometimes they want something that their friends do not have, or they want something that is able to, you know, how crazy it is, right? They want something, they want to buy a chair that could appreciate in value over time. Now, with a product like that, obviously you would not be searching for chair. You would be searching for limited edition chair, or chair designed by so and so, or chair made in a particular place, or diamond studded chair, for example. You will be using those specific keywords to look at, to do your marketing, right? And so once I took over the account, I kind of designed the entire process to make sure that, only certain keywords are worth pursuing. And once we've identified those keywords, the next thing that we do is we then get them to take a look at how many people are searching for those keywords. Now, it's only going to make sense when there is sufficient traffic, there is sufficient number of people searching for those keywords, that we do a marketing campaign with that. Right, so we found out that there were people who were actually looking for a specific chair designed by a specific designer, right? So the chair designed by Hugh Jackson, for example, right? Or they are searching for diamond studded chair, or limited edition chairs, right? Those were the keywords that people were searching for, and those were the keywords with substantial volume. And as a result of that, we then get people to, or we then divert the traffic from these people who are doing the search to the client's landing page, right? And what was interesting was that, there are a few people who are in the market offering similar but not the same limited edition type of chairs. And it was interesting because, you know this group of people didn't have the budget to compete. And so as a result of that, my client was able to outbeat them for every single keyword itself, and hence placing them right at the top of the search result. And so, at the end of the day, they got a ton of traffic coming in. They got a ton of inquiries, and they even got a ton of people coming to them and asking them, hey, could you evaluate my chair, my old chair, and see if you could, do some kind of a trade-in. And this client of mine was really, really, savvy in terms of business, because she would take in whatever limited edition chair that a potential customer would have. And she would give them a discount, she would give them a discount on if they buy a new chair from her. And then I asked her, what do you do with the old chairs, right? And she said that, well, she sent it to a very skilled craftsman based in Manila. She sent it to a very skilled craftsman based in Manila to overhaul the chairs and resell it in the after sales market, and hence kind of flood the market with that lower quality chairs itself, and preserving the amount of the number of chairs that is circulating in the market, which was phenomenal, right? Which was phenomenal, which was like, I mean, it's the first time I ever get to work with a client like that, but it was crazy. And so the point here is that if you if you want to, you know, embark on any project itself, you first have to find out if people are searching for your solution, and you want to be specific. You want to be specific to the extent that you are getting people to really look at, you know, um, is there commercial intent with that particular keyword? I mean, it's great to know that there are people searching for that keyword, but if the keyword doesn't have commercial intent, then if you are going to embark on any marketing project itself, it is going to be tricky. And so what I'm doing is, I'm going to be running this webinar, which I call it a catalytic course. And in this catalytic course itself, I'm going to go through the procedure of how you actually embark on this process itself, finding out, right, if your potential customers are actually searching for your solution. So this catalytic course is going to happen on July 15th. And what I will do is, I will walk you through the entire process of finding out how many people are searching for your solution, what tools to use, what the workflow is, and how do you then, embark on a campaign to kind of do that yourself, right? So if this is something that you want to do, if this is something that you want to find out, I mean, for, for heaven's sake, right? Do not embark on any project until you have completed this step, which is to find out if people are searching for your solution, right? It's just like if you are going to be an investor, you want to know that the company that you're investing in, actually there is a market, that actually there are demand for that company's offering, that there is sufficient demand for that company's offering before you even invest in that company itself, right? So make sure you do that. And even if you so do not sign up for my webinar, make sure you do that, because until and unless you get that part done, it is not going to help you with your project. You are just merely guessing, you are merely just assuming that people want your solution, where in fact you do not know for sure. And why would you want to take that gamble, since you are able to rely on reliable source of data and information to give you a better sense of whether you should do it or not? Okay? And so, really, if this is what you're after, you want to know if people are searching for this, your solution, you want to find out if it's feasible, if it's going to be if it's going to be viable for you, then absolutely, definitely check out this catalytic course on find out if your potential customers are searching for your solution. Okay, and with that, I am going to end this here. Today I'm streaming from my Google Pixel, because I am still, setting this up, and everything is still in a mess here, right? And so talk to you on the next one tomorrow. What I'll do is, in case you have missed anything throughout the week, I'm going to give you a quick summary of all the steps that I've covered since Monday to today, and so that you can have a general idea of what you can expect. Okay, so for the webinar itself, for the catalytic course, there is a modest investment. Check it out if that is something for you. If it is, make sure you apply or you register for that webinar itself. If it's not, no worries. We'll talk to you and we'll see what is it that you are looking for, what is the problem that you have, and how we can help you resolve that problem. Send me a message, leave me a comment, and I will help you look up for that solution. Okay, with that, this is the Melvin Live Show, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye. And we're done.